Right now, I want to talk about gastric sleeve surgery and the weight loss requirement to get the surgery. I'm going to just basically, these are my experiences. I think they're going to be, I think they're the same for a lot of people. I was actually watching another YouTube channel, Boogie. If you guys know who he is, he does a game vlog, a PC game vlog, PC reviews, things like that. And he's actually looking towards getting surgery, and it looks like he's muddled up in the whole weight loss requirement. Which here's the thing: when you go for gastric sleeve surgery, especially if you're and what I was, it was morbidly obese. They want you to lose a certain amount of weight before you get the surgery. Um, and a lot of people look at it like, look, I'm coming here. At least I did. I'm coming here to get this surgery, and I can't get it because I need to lose weight first. And it made no sense to me. And going through the first time I went through it, it was that and the sleep apnea machine, which kind of turned me away from it the first time because I couldn't tolerate the sleep apnea machine. And at that time, I was about 430, 440, and it kind of, I went through the whole nutritionist thing, and I went to a nutritionist that was fine, I guess, for everyday work. But for gastric surgery, he wasn't good. He didn't help at all with the gastric surgery. There were things that he just didn't, I guess he didn't know about gastric surgery. A diet for a person going through gastric sleeve, it's very different from a regular person because you just can't fit what a regular, person with a regular stomach can fit. It's about the size of a banana after they're done with it. So it's very narrow, it's very small. You you eat, you got to wait half an hour between eating and drinking. You can't fit a lot of food in there. Things, you get full very fast. So it's an entirely different diet that you have to work with. Um, and he just didn't really couldn't help with that. So I went through the 6 month, which I believe is not a requirement of the doctor. It's a requirement of your insurance, basically. So it's a 6 month period of going to nutritionists. I went through that, and then it came down to the sleep apnea thing. And the mixture of those two, like when I was going through the nutritionist, I didn't lose any weight. And when I went to the sleep apnea, I went through the test and I couldn't tolerate the machine. That was a whole different problem. I'll talk about that in a different post. But both of those things together basically discouraged me from getting surgery. I put it off, and I wound up going from around 440 to 478, which was my highest weight, when I went again and started the process. But this time I went to a program in a hospital. I use Montefiore. I'm sure a lot of other hospitals have this. Um, Basically, it's a all self-contained. The surgery center for the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass and the nutritionist and everything is all interconnected. This way, you basically have that close connection between your doctor, your nutritionist, and everything else going on. It'll help you towards losing that initial weight to get your surgery. So I went to the nutritionist within the program, and they were geared specifically for people getting gastric surgery. They give you a diet. The diet is very easy to follow. And look, at a certain weight, you don't really require a lot of calories to lose weight. Getting what a normal person should eat, and I hate saying normal person because it makes it seem like we're something weird or monsters, and we're not. Um, but we eat so much and we eat so fast that we don't give our bodies a time to react to what we're eating. So during the 6 months, again, my second 6 months, that I was taking the new nutrition, and it was basically one class a month. You come in, they weigh you, they take your vitals, they let you know what the difference is between your weight this time and your weight the previous time. I went in that 6 months with the diet that they prescribed. I never felt hungry. It was easy to follow. You stay away from fast foods. They basically teach you to take a 9-inch plate, you break it into three, you cut it down the middle, You cut one half of those two halves into half. Then you have three portions. The large portion is your greens. Then you get your meat and your carbohydrate in the other two portions. And basically, that's how you eat. And if you eat well, you eat slowly. Basically, you chew your food a lot, because you're going to have to do this after the surgery anyway. You have to chew a lot. You can't just swallow large portions of food. It teaches you to eat right. You get all your nutrition in. You'll be taking vitamins. They have you take chewable vitamins, because I guess the regular vitamins, for some reason, they don't want you to take. I don't understand that whole thing. We'll get into that another time. But you'll take chewable vitamins. You'll take supplements. You'll take protein. It'll help you get your weight down. Now, the whole weight loss for surgery thing, I think it's a bit ridiculous, because if you had an emergency, they'd open you up right away. I think the weight loss is more so they're sure that you're not going to eat, that you're making an effort to do this, and that you're not going to eat through the surgery. There is the possibility after surgery, and if you search through YouTube, you'll see a lot of people that have this problem. There is a tendency for certain people who are not completely informed as to what is a good diet and what isn't. They can eat through the surgery. They can get their stomachs as large as they were before. Or you can actually destroy your stomach if you do it too soon after surgery. You want to be able to learn what it feels like to be full on the amount of food that you need, not the amount of food that you want. And it's very helpful. In the 6 months that I took the new nutritionist program, without exercise, very little exercise. At the time, my leg, I've had an accident with my leg, so I've had problems walking. I still do. There's certain things in the gym I can't do. I was 478. I was unable to walk a lot. I mean, pain. I have constant pain in my leg. That's diminished a bit. I still have a lot of things that I can't do with it, but I'm able to work certain areas in the gym with the leg, and the weight loss has helped a lot. But not being able to exercise or run, I tried riding a bike during the 6 months. I couldn't do it. So without any exercise at all, I was able to go from 478 to 412. And this is with no exercise again. So your body, at the size that it is, preparing for gastric surgery, wants to lose weight. And if you give it enough fuel to function properly, it'll take the rest of the fuel that you want or need. It'll take it from your body. From 478 to 412, it's a lot of weight to lose in 6 months doing no exercise. It's amazing how fast the weight will come off. You'll see it, you'll feel it. And as long as the doctors see you're making an effort, you'll get the surgery. So don't feel going into surgery that this initial weight loss, don't let it be something to deter you. It's not that big of a problem. It's not that hard to do. You have people holding your hand. They actually have support groups in a lot of hospitals that you'll go in and you'll see people who've had it done. You'll be there with a lot of people that want to have it done. They help you. They talk you through it. Any problems you have, they'll help. I recommend people take advantage of this. It's helped me so much. You wouldn't believe. Also, this, like I said, the surgery itself, once you lose the weight and they do the surgery, everything from there, it's the first 2 days is the hardest days post-surgery. You have the pain of the gas that they pump into your stomach, the pain of the surgery. After the first 2 days, it's fantastic. It's not hard at all. I mean, it's as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be fine. Do not let losing weight initially deter you. You'll be fine. Also, they have a requirement, a lot of insurances do, where you see a psychiatrist. I think it's for one visit. And they make sure that you are mentally prepared for the surgery and what it entails. Again, this is not something you should worry about. It's fine. It works great. And it is helpful. These are all things that you'll have at your disposal post-surgery. You don't want to rush into this. You want to be prepared for what's going to happen. You want to have a nice support group post-surgery, and try to get it from a hospital that is willing to give you that support. Um, I've had monthly visits since. It's 3 visits so far. My next visit's actually in 3 months. Anytime I want, I can go into one of the support groups. I haven't had to, um, but if something arises, I would certainly do it. You're going to feel great. Going from 412, well, actually going from 478 to 336 is such a difference. Clothes that haven't fitted. I have t-shirts that I haven't been able to fit into in a long time, and I fit into them great. I actually have shoes and sneakers that I can wear now. I'm tempted to go out and buy new clothes now, and I probably shouldn't because it does a lot more to lose. Um, if you have any doubts as to the difference in it, just look at one of my older videos where I'm a lot heavier. You'll see I'm breathing heavy. Um, I can barely move in those videos. I'm leaning back. So everything was uncomfortable. Sitting in the chairs with arms was uncomfortable. Getting up, sitting down, everything was uncomfortable. Sleeping was terrible. It was uncomfortable. I had to sleep in a recliner because I couldn't sleep in the bed. Um, you can take control of your life. It's something I know a lot of people who are overweight feel depressed and they don't realize it. They feel lost. They feel like there's nothing they can really do about it. And of course, depression leads to eating more, and the problem just gets worse and worse. And it's unnecessary. So please look into this. If this is something you want, look, there's a lot of people out there who are overweight and they're comfortable with it, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're overweight and it's affecting you poorly, it's affecting you in work, it's affecting you in life every day, and this is something you want to do and it's something you need to do, don't let anything stop you from getting the surgery or getting the help that you need or want. Just do it and you'll feel great. There's going to be a lot of obstacles along the way that'll make you feel like I can't do this. Don't let those things stop you. You'll see once you start pushing through, everything goes fine. I like to put things, instead of, from beginning to end, I like to put things in stages. I have to go from point A to point B to point C, and I don't worry about the end result. I worry about what's next. You start off with the surgery, and I have to do nutrition. So I see the nutritionist, that's what's next. After that, I got to see the psychiatrist, that's what's next. After that, I have to go to sleep apnea and I have to deal with that. That's another subject I'll get to in a little while. But, you do it A, B, C, you push what you have to push, and you don't worry about the end result. The end result will come. From my beginning weight to where I am now, I'm happy with it, but it's not the end. There's, right now, I'm looking forward to hitting 100 pounds. When I get 100 pounds down from the surgery date, which will be 3/12, I'll be happy with it. Hopefully I'm there before December. And then after that, I'm looking towards another 100 pounds. I don't see it as something that I can't do. I see it as something that I will do. And I think a lot of people out there, I think you should do the same. If you want to have this done and you need the help, get the help. This is not about anyone else but you. You know what you want and you know what you need to do it. So just do it and you'll feel great. And I really do. I wish everyone out there trying to lose weight, I wish them all the best, because this is something that weighs on you. I'm not trying to make a pun, but it is something that weighs on everything you do in your everyday life. I would, because of my leg surgery, the weight, I wouldn't walk more than half an hour, and I'm up now. I can walk a little bit more. I still can't do stairs. I don't think that's a weight problem. I think that's a knee problem. But I'm not out of breath when I go to work. When I walk, when I go to the gym, I don't get fatigued easily anymore. I'm not tired. And I believe it's the weight. It's the weight coming down that's helped with everything. I'm told I don't snore anymore at night, which is great. Um, I've been having my blood pressure medication has been lowered. I think I'm about to come off of my diabetes because I became diabetic at 478 pounds. I was diagnosed type 2 diabetes. Um, I'm about to come off of that medication entirely. It's been lowered quite a bit. My last blood test showed the A1C level was normal. So I'm looking forward to that too. So again, if you want to get the surgery, just push towards getting it. Um, it's on you. You can do this. Don't be afraid. Don't let anyone discourage you from getting it. Um, Thanks for watching. My next video it'll be about the sleep apnea requirement, because this was a big problem for me. So I'll be putting that up in a little while. Thanks for watching. I wish everyone the best. Stay healthy, and just take care of yourself. If you work towards it, you'll get it. It's not a hard thing. Thank you, and hit subscribe.